Osun State Governor Senator Adeleke has reflected on the last 12 months of his administration and has expressed joy about the good things that have happened to the state. Governor Adeleke stated this in his New Year broadcast to the people, saying he has faithfully implemented the infrastructural agenda. He noted the rehabilitation of over 150 kilometers of roads, with upgrading of over 100 schools across the state, while 200 health centers have been refurbished with provisions of water facilities. The governor, who noted the execution of over 300 local community projects, maintained that his administration is changing the face of Osun to reduce infrastructural deficit, while stating his efforts in other areas including agriculture, health, education, as well as adoption of economic policies to enhance the socio-economic well-being of the people. He said his administration's service delivery in the last 12 months is quite impressive. He speaks.
For sure, I kept faith with my pledge for transparency and accountability as your state governor. In the last 1 year, we got and processed several requests for information based on the Freedom of Information Act. We ensured access to information as a transparent and accountable government. In the last 1 year, and since I assumed office, our projects have been financed mainly from the state resources. These include internally generated revenue and allocation for the federation account. Just as I have not been assessing security votes, I have not borrowed a single kobo to run the state government.
Governor Adeleke, who reiterated his commitment to more dividends of democracy, called for continued support of people of Osun to ensure the overall success of his administration. The First Lady of Osun, Mrs. Titilola Adeleke, has identified and presented cash and gift items to the parents of the First Lady of the Year, Mr. and Mrs. Ojo, who delivered at exactly 12 midnight. Presenting the gift items and cash to the parents of the newborn baby at the State Hospital at Shubiaru in Osogbo, Mrs. Adeleke congratulated the parents of the newborn child, saying the gesture is meant to rejoice and appreciate the goodness of God in their lives. She advised the nursing mothers to embrace exclusive breastfeeding for the infants for the first period of 6 months, as doing so will not only sharpen their brains but guarantee the healthy growth and development of the child. While applauding the medical team that took the delivery of the baby, she prayed God to endow the parents with the wherewithal to take care of the baby, just as she also felicitated and presented gift items to other 7 babies in the world. Responding, the father of the baby of the year, Mr. Ojo, thanked the First Lady for the kind gesture and prayed God to grant her and the governor wisdom and strength to further serve the people of the state. Earlier, the representative of the Chief Medical Director, State Hospital at Shubiaru, Dr. Abdurrahuf Opawole, appreciated the First Lady's show of love and care for the women and children in the state. President Bola Tinubu says his government will unveil the National Values Charter already approved by the Federal Executive Council in the first quarter of this year. The president said this in his New Year message to Nigerians. According to him, the charter will promote mutual commitments between the government and the citizens and foster trust and cooperation among diverse populations between the government and the citizens. He maintained that the reforms embarked upon by his administration, which are far-reaching and foundational, can produce the desired outcomes only through shared common values and identities, as well as unconditional love for the country. He also urged governors and local government chairpersons to work closely with the central government to seize emerging opportunities in agriculture, livestock, and tax reforms and move the nation forward. The president called on Nigerians to become better citizens and uncompromising in their devotion and allegiance to the country to achieve national goals and objectives. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has urged Nigerians to rise above differences and rebuild the bridges that connect them, emphasizing the importance of love, respect, and understanding in fostering national unity. In a New Year message titled 2025, a year of prosperity and abundance, she highlighted the need for collective effort to create a thriving and inclusive society. Addressing the nation with optimism, the First Lady emphasized the significance of investing in one another, nurturing the youth and upholding the dignity of elders. She called for a renewed commitment to building a country where every Nigerian can achieve their potential, regardless of their background, beliefs, or language. Senator Oluremi Tinubu reaffirmed the present administration's dedication to driving reforms aimed at unlocking Nigeria's economic potential. She described the current reforms as foundational to achieving a prosperous future for the nation, urging all Nigerians to stand together in unity and ensure no one is left behind. The federal government said it is open to constructive dialogue with the leadership of Niger Republic to de-escalate the brewing diplomatic tension between the two neighboring countries. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, in a statement reiterated Nigeria's commitment to peace and stability in West Africa. Nigerian leader Abdurrahman Chiani had accused Nigeria of colluding with France to destabilize its junta-led nation, while the federal government refuted the claim as baseless. The statement, however, said the Nigerian government is committed to dialogue and diplomacy as the foundation for resolving regional challenges. The pro-Biafra agitator Simon Ekpa will be extradited to Nigeria if the government of Finland accedes to the federal government's request. Chief of Defense Staff General Christopher Musa confirmed that the requirement for the extradition of the separatists have been forwarded to Finland government. General Musa, who spoke on the national television program, said the sit-at-home propagated by EPA and its allies in the southeast is wearing off because of the clearance of operations by the military. Finland authorities in November last year arrested EPA alongside 4 others on suspicion of terror-related activities, including incitement to violence and terrorism financing. The separatist leader was accused of using social media platforms to spread separatist propaganda linked to the independent people of Biafra, a group advocating for the secession of the southern part of the country. Now to sports. National Sports Commission Chairman Malam Shehu Diko has expressed his joy over Chan Eagles' qualification for Chan 2025 as he doled out 10 million naira to the team for defeating Ghana 3-1 in Uyo to secure the ticket. Speaking after the team's exploit, Diko restated the Commission's commitment towards the sports economy with the domestic league as one of the major vehicles to drive the process. He expressed delight that Nigeria's flag will be hosted at a competition that parades the best in the continent's domestic leagues. He charged the Chan Eagles to take the form to their various clubs and make the league more exciting, as he expressed optimism that the success will propel the boys to greater heights at club level. He assured that the NSC will engage with the NFF to ensure that everything needed to ensure the success of the team will be done accordingly. Now, on the foreign scene, Zimbabwe government has abolished the death penalty almost 20 years after the Southern African nation carried out its last execution. Chief Secretary to the Cabinet, Martin Ruswaya, said in the government decree the law was assented to by President Emerson Mnangagwa after the nation's cabinet agreed to scrap capital punishment in June. According to an act published in the official government gazette, no court shall impose sentence of death upon a person for any offense whenever committed, but instead shall impose whatever other competent sentence is appropriate in the circumstances of the case. President Mnangagwa, who was sentenced to death by former Prime Minister Ian Smith's white minority government during Zimbabwe's War of Independence, has been a vocal opponent of capital punishment. His country now joins more than 2/3 of the world's nations that have abolished the death penalty in either law or practice. Zimbabwe has 65 prisoners on death row. It last carried out an execution in 2005. And that ends the evening news on OSBC TV. Please join us at 7 for major report. Good evening.